Hi, this is Maginoni, and here's my review for the three AVX titles that I got. We have Wolverine and the X-Men 10, New Avengers 26, and X-Men Legacy 266. I'll do this one first. Now, this isn't too bad of an issue. It's basically dealing with the back history of the prophecy of the Phoenix coming and how they trained an early girl with the red hair to become Iron Fist, and that was the way that they were able to prepare her for the Phoenix. So, it's not that bad of an issue. We have a guest star, Leonardo da Vinci's in it, and the art's good, and it's I guess you can say it's a nice filler piece that doesn't relate to anything that's going on or in the past, especially with the Uncanny X-Men with Jean Grey and stuff. Because you would think that this prophecy would have come sooner with Jean. But anyways, this isn't that bad, and it actually is showing you why Iron Fist is going to have to work to save Hope. So this was good. Alright, now we have Wolverine and the X-Men 10. The one thing that I'm not appreciating at all with this book series is this. If you imagine you have this timeline, and you have issue 1, 2, and 3. What they keep trying to do is they keep trying to go back and fill in gaps. And I'm like, don't waste all of our time filling in the gaps. Just go forward. I'm tired of this, jump back, jump back, jump back. Because, in this issue here, this takes place right after the mutant attack. Oh, sorry, not the mutant attack, but the Utopia attack. Then you have Scott coming to see Logan for, one final push to get him, or more importantly, to get other X-Men to join his side. Then you have the call from Captain America saying, come to, emergency. So this takes place obviously right before Cap throws Wolverine out of the Quinjet. So it's kind of like, it's. I understand the timing of issues and everything like that, but it's royally starting to piss me off. The way they're doing this, because luckily this issue takes place pretty much right after this one. So at least that part's good. Now, this issue itself isn't too bad. There's a nice discussions with Genesis and Angel, and there's also, they talk more about the Angel and how there's nothing left of Warren inside of the Angel now. So all that part was good. It's not as funny as some of the other issues have been, but this isn't really a funny issue. But the art is, I'm really, really enjoying the artwork. And it's, this was, if you take it out of the timeline part, this isn't that bad of an issue. But I'm getting really sick and tired of seeing this 3 hours ago type stuff. I'm really getting tired of it. Now, anyways, let's go on to this one here. Now, with X-Men Legacy, basically what you have is this. This is the decision where you have some mutants are going to go join Scott and the rest of them stay. And while you see those mutants leave in this issue, this is the issue where they sit down and talk about it before they leave. Now, the ones who stay are basically staying to protect the kids, because they don't want the kids involved. And sure enough, what happens? The Avengers show up. You got Falcon, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk. And if you really think about what's going on here, it's basically what the Avengers are doing is they're putting all the mutants on house arrest. Because basically, if Rogue and Gambit and those guys did not come up and say, what are you doing, they would have just probably walked right into the school and clamped it down. And, part of me is getting really sick and tired of the way how the Avengers are just streamrolling the X-Men. Now, at the very, very end is what really pisses me off the most. Now, we do get a battle between Frenzy and the three Avengers, and then which sparks Falcon to do a distress signal. And then sure enough, who comes? Can you take a guess? Iron Man. Iron Man shows up to stop the battle. I'm like, so you're going to have Iron Man fighting Rogue, Gambit, and the kids, you know? So I'm like, please. This is basically, what this is, I mean, I hate to say this, but right now this is basically, let's just squash the X-Men because the Avengers movie does so much better. And we have an Avengers movie, and we need to pump up the Avengers as best as we can. Now, my only hope is somewhere down the road the X-Men finally grow some nuts and are able to hold their own, which I have a feeling that's what we're going to see a little bit later on down the road. But with all these other factions coming in, like you have the Shi'ar Death Squad, and you have the Iron Fist thing going on, you have Kree involved, you know, there's so much stuff. I have a feeling the battle lines are going to get jumbled all over the place. But, as I said, going into this issue so far, I'm tired of it. It's completely out of balance in terms of, you know, like for an example, if you're an X-Men fan, you basically have nothing to look forward to because you're getting beat every single issue. Now, you know, personally, I want to see Scott get put in his place, but I at least want to see something where the X-Men start fighting back. And in this case, when the X-Men finally do fight back, and they are able to hold their own, Iron Man comes. And it's like, really? I mean, with everything that's going on, Iron Man's going to the school, teleporting as fast as he, like, within seconds to the school to beat up on the kids and Rogue. I'm like, please. You know, it just, this would have been a good issue, the good next couple issues, where this team that is left at the school can show that they can defend themselves and stop. You know, look who you had. You had She-Hulk, Falcon, and Moon Knight. I mean, She-Hulk's the only powerhouse. The other two, I mean, please. You know, realistically speaking, those two can't fight through the School of Mutants, other than because they have experience. That would be the only way they can do it. And it would, like I said, it was just nice watching them just the tide of battle just changed a little bit. But, of course, Iron Man comes. You know, most likely what will happen is Rogue will get the beat down, Gambit will probably get a beat down, and they're going to basically call it a truce, and the Avengers are going to have their way again. And because there's no way that Rogue is going to be damaging that suit, and there's no possible way Gambit will throw his energy and blow up the suit. There's going to be no damage done to that suit because you got the next issues coming up, and it's too early in the story for that to happen. So it's completely and utter ridiculous so far. If you're an Avengers fan, it's great because you're watching the Avengers just crush the X-Men, and that's the one thing you've probably wanted to see all your lives because normally the Avengers aren't that great. But it's just I don't know, I guess you can say it's just really depressing in the sense of, to me, it's not giving me hope to see what's going to happen in the next issue. And I thought I saw somewhere that Iceman is fighting Red Hulk. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why would Iceman fight the Red Hulk? Now, I gotta find where I saw that. Because, oh, here it is. Please. Is that going to be a contest? Iceman fighting the Hulk. Why is that even happening? You know, that's a joke. Guess who won? Hulk. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's utter ridiculous, and I'm really disappointed. Now, if somehow Iceman can turn into some amazing force of freak of nature and he bashes Red Hulk, I'd say, hey, that's a positive thing, but I think that's just not going to happen. Anyways, yeah, so other than that, I guess you could say I'm really disappointed with the way AVX is going. And it's disappointing in the way that it, like I said, it keeps doing this back and forth, and you know, like maybe if the issues came out in the correct order, that might help. And the other thing is, I'm tired of the X-Men just losing every single battle. And oh, by the way, and Utopia is taken over by S.H.I.E.L.D. because the X-Men just up and left. So it's like, why even bother? Just why even bother reading this now? Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down, let me know what you think. And I'll put up more reviews later, so until next time.